This is Kilo, and many of you guys have been asking me to do more videos on how to defeat smart locks when it comes to lockout calls. Smart locks are pretty much the locksmith boogeyman to a lot of new locksmiths and apprentices, as they are pretty notorious for being nearly impossible to pick in the field. So you can find people on YouTube who can pick the lock. Most likely they already keyed it up to bidding that they knew, and it took a lot of practice to get to that point. You can pick locks all day on your desk, but when you go into the field, it's a brand new lock to you. It could be 4 decades old that's been sitting on someone's, door, and you're gonna sit there and you're gonna struggle a little bit. So let's say that you get to a lockout and you don't have the lock tech tool or the KW1 leashy pick, as I have shown you guys in previous videos. You guys just want to try and get your customer back into their home. So I'm going to show you a destructive method that if you do carefully, it's still destructive as you can cause a little bit of damage. But if you do this carefully enough, you can put it back together and still leave them with a, usable lock. So this is a pretty notorious, flaw in Kwikset knobs specifically. So if we look at, this standard style Kwikset knob, you've got this ring around the cylinder, and I've shown you guys videos on how to rekey these, and I'll leave a link right here to one of them, where you basically, when you show up and you want to rekey it, you would remove this from the door, take your Kwikset cylinder removal tool, remove the spindle, push the tool through, and you pop out the face of the Kwikset knob. And that's how the cylinder comes out. It's the same for, every, clone style and similar version of Kwikset. And that holds true to the smart locks as well. This also applies to the brand new version with the SC1 keyway. So this works on that as well. So all you need to get into one of these is a knife. You could use a pocket knife, a butter knife, a flathead screwdriver, a 5-in-1 tool, a pair of fingernail clippers with a file, anything flat that you can fit into this ring. So this is something that I knew about before I ever even thought about becoming a locksmith or even cared about, lock picking as a hobby. I, locked myself out plenty of times, and this was the way that I got into my apartment. So all that you need to do, and I'm going to use this pocket knife because it's broken and I no longer use this one, but it's still usable for this. All you have to do is fit this through this little crevice here around the ring, and you just start to pry the cylinder out. So we're going to go ahead. It does take a little bit of effort, and you can see it is going to cause some damage and scuff up the face of the lock. So if you want to try your best to not damage the customer's, the face of their lock, if, this is a real lockout, you can put, masking tape over the knob before trying this, just to try and prevent. It is a knife, so it is going to still scratch it, but you may be able to use that to kind of soften up a little bit of the impact of prying. So we're going to just keep on working our way around. And we have pretty much, you're seeing that it's coming apart, here and there. So we're just going to keep on coming around. And like I said, this is a destructive method. So if you do this too crazy, you are going to completely damage the lock anyway. Sorry about that. A phone call was coming in while I was trying to record this part. So I am switching to a butter knife, as this is honestly probably safer. So just because I'm doing this around the camera and to not stab myself for your viewing pleasure, we're going to just keep on prying. And this is where you want to be kind of rough just like that. So he goes flying across the room. So this here, these two springs are what, when you push this back into the knob, these tuck in and it holds itself in place. So when you use something like your, pickle fork tool, as you, go through your rekeying process, this, pushes through where the spindle goes, and it pretty much pushes these together and allows it to pop out just like that. So what you're going to do now is take your butter knife that we have switched to, and if you look down, there's a little notch in the end of the spindle. You're going to take it and just turn it, and we have now unlocked the knob. I'll show you that again. I'll go ahead and spin it back. He is locked. We'll take it, spin that little spindle, and we are now in. So this works on pretty much every Kwikset knob of this style with the ring. So I just wanted to show you guys, in case you come across a smart lock and it's on a lockout, and in almost all the cases it's just going to be the doorknob, so you get lucky a lot of times. And like I said, this works with the new version with the SC1 keyway. Kwikset likes this style cylinder, the way that the knob works. They like to just have it pop right out of the face, and that opens you up to this type of an attack. Now, I was very rough on it, as when this is on a door, it's actually a lot easier. But the thing is that if we look, we can go ahead and take their cylinder, pop it right back in, and it would work. It's just going to be scuffed up. So I did, some serious, prying on this thing. But if you do it carefully enough, you can pop this off with minimal, scuff marks. And oftentimes you want to start from kind of down here where they're not going to see it as much as up here. But this is just a junk knob that I'm tossing anyway. I just wanted to show you guys. So this is also important. If you guys only lock your doorknobs, this is how people can get in. So you always want to make sure that you lock the deadbolt. Very important. So hopefully this video was helpful and you guys enjoyed watching me not cut my fingers off. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys want to learn more about locksmithing and lock picking, feel free to subscribe. As always, I hope you guys are staying safe, butter knife safe, and I hope you guys have a nice day.